All right, Shalom. I want to start off with giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakah, Kodash, the oneness to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. Lord willing, this quick walk and talk is edifying. And as I'm watching Elder Hawad, and as you see the title of the screen, a time like no other, evils everywhere, right? And with this being said, or what the brother is actually saying, is very true. The scriptures tell us to be circumspect. Why? Because the days are evil. So now is not the time for us to be meddling in all type of affairs. We really want to live our lives as basic as possible. And I think that's what I really want to touch on in this walk and talk of living our lives, or trying to live our lives in this wicked kingdom amongst these wicked people as basic as possible. All right. Now I got a few scriptures I want to pull up, and we're going to roll through the spirit. Let's start with this. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. You see? So when we fear the Most High and we keep his commandments, trust me, this keeps you out of a lot of bullshit. Right? This keeps you out of a lot of crap that you get yourself into. All right? And some things that you necessarily might do may be lawful, but if you indulge in too much of it, right? Or if you abuse it, so to speak, you can also get yourself in some BS. All right? This is why, brothers really harp on, being temperate, right? Having self-control, having discipline, and you know what you need to have self-control in discipline in your walk. Right? You know what things that you aren't able to do that another brother may be able to do. Right? You know your strengths and your flaws, or your weaknesses, so to speak. The things that you know what you need to do to build up, or that you may need to focus and practice on more. Brothers may know, certain areas where you may be struggling with, but it's up to you, right, to take it to the next level and build yourself up in that particular area. Okay? Brothers can call you out on it, reprove you on it, give you counsel on it, time and time, right? When it comes down, it's up to you to make that step. It's up to you to walk that walk. Okay? But it is going back, it says, fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Okay? So if we walking with wisdom, if we walk in fearing the Most High, look, you'll be out of a lot of BS. Okay? Because a lot of times things come upon us for the things that we entangle ourselves in, or that we meddle ourselves in, right? You see this happening majority of the time, and I speak for myself. A lot of times, I get myself into a bunch of bullshit is when I'm doing too much, right? Not necessarily saying it's things that I may be doing or against the law or wicked, but I just be doing too much, You know how you sit there and tell yourself, like, I'm doing, you get that thought, like, am I doing too much? More than likely you are. Okay, so we want to try to live our life. It's best, right? It will be best that we just live our lives as basic as possible, within this wicked world that we're in. Right? And I'm going to get more deeper into what I mean by living, basic. Try to live as basic as possible. Let's get this. Slakia. The book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 8, it says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Right? Lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is Yahweh? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain. So even what King David said, look, Lord, can you just feed me with the food convenient for me? I don't want to be poor and poverty, down and out, but I don't want to be rich neither. I just need enough that can sustain me, right? And that's all. That's really what we should be praying for. The things, that are convenient for us. That the Lord is taking care of the necessities. Our necessities. Okay, what is that? A job. Scripture says you don't work, you don't eat. A home, cover your shame. Food, that bread, that milk, that honey. But when I'm speaking of that, I'm going physically, but even spiritually. You see? That your actual home may be protected, but your spiritual home too, which is your body, your body, your spirit. And as you would love to be taken care of with the bread, milk, and honey, in a physical aspect, well, spiritual as well. All right. So with that being said, let me get this. I'll get this one. So Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 26, it says, the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. You see? Okay, you got your wine to be merry. You got your honey, your wheat, clothing. Come on, you need clothes. Clothes to what? To keep you warm. You see? Your water, your fire, your iron. See, all these different things. These are These are basic necessities, for a man to live. Right? Let's get this one right here. Ecclesiastes chapter 20. Where am I at? Which one is this? Is this 21? 29. Verse 21, it says, the chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover shame. So if you have these different things, if you have a home to go lay your head down, right? A home a home for you. I mean, if it's just you and maybe your wife or your household, whatever the case may be, for your children, hey, you got to praise Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know what I mean? You got food to eat. You might not have much. Might not have as much as you want. But you got to praise Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that you have these things. Okay, even a job. Even a job. You got to pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that you even have that. Because the scripture says if a man don't work, he don't eat. But we know what? Everything comes from the Lord. He maketh poor, he maketh rich. He killeth, he maketh alive. He wound, he heals. So we know everything comes from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? Now, what's this? Why did I get this? Oh, yeah. So 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 10, it says, For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat. The Lord is big on a man, or he's big on a point that, making your hands sufficient for yourself. You know, if you're able body to work, man, you should be working. You know, and I ain't necessarily saying you got to work for the devil. You know, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're able to get something off the ground yourself, get on your feet and start a business, well, then do that then. You know, but you want to put forth some type of effort in, you know, to make this daily bread. You know, so you can what? Not really. I want to say enjoy, but have these necessities, you know, that you may be able to, you know, do what you got to do in this walk. You know, so you be able to gather the things and do what you need to do in this walk. Because without having these different things, you know, if you got you have a lot on your mind, dude, these things become more stressful for you. You know, because we mention these things: a home, you know, a vehicle. A vehicle is very really needed in this society. You know what I mean? But the Lord can set you up in situations where you might not have a vehicle for a minute, but you still got to move around. You can't just sit back. You know, but it's very needful and useful at these times to have a vehicle. You know, but the Lord can bless you with that. You know, there's nothing impossible with the Lord. But I want to kind of stay on track. Now, even dealing with this daily bread, like I said, we talking physical. You know, but it's also to be spiritual as well. You know, or spiritual bread, right? Matthew chapter 4 verse 4 says, "But he answered and said, It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High." You see? So it's not just about the physical bread that we should obtain to nourish ourselves, but also what? The spiritual bread. Okay? Where we get that spiritual nourishment, because you need, I'll speak this man to the spirit, you need both. You know? You need both to make it through. You know? You need both to make it through. You can't, they go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. You know, within this walk, within this faith of ours. All right? So, going back to the point, as it all says, you want to try to live basic as possible. All right? As long as the Lord has blessed you with these different things, right? As long as the Lord has blessed you with these different things, then you should be all right. You know, and I'm not saying that you can't, you know, go do particular things. You know, I'm not saying that you just gotta, you know, live your life, you know, like you live in a cave. No, you ain't gotta do that. We already surviving in this hellhole as it is. You know, you're gonna have some times where you're gonna have some type of enjoyment. You know, whether that's fellowshipping with the brotherhood, cooking out. Maybe you might go to the movies every week or two with your woman, or, you know, spend a day with your kids at the amusement park, whatever it may be, right? Whatever it may be, that's fine. But the times that we are in and the things that we see going on, we want to try to live our lives basic as possible and not over the top, okay? And whatever that may be for you, check and see what that is for you. But you want to try to live as basic as possible, as we continue to see E doing what? Putting on the squeeze. You know, things are getting tighter and tighter, things are getting harder and harder. And you see it on the mindset of these people roaming the earth around us. Okay? And things is about to get a lot worse. You know, as we see evils progressing, right? That's what we see. We see evils progressing. You know, so that's why I'm really pushing it out there to the spirits. Hey, man, we just gotta live basic. You know what I'm saying? Not doing too much, not being over the top, not wanting to go here, not wanting to go there, spin this, spin that. Yeah, we can't operate. We can't continue to operate like that. You know, we want to just try to live basic. As long as the Lord bless us with the necessities, then we should be good. All right, so that was just something quick, but what was edifying. Till next time, I want to say shalom.